Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. And we continue our perusal of my ample collection of Haydn recordings. Oh boy, I look at them now, going through them now, I look at them and I go, wow, did I really just know all these things? I did. I reviewed a lot of them too. Boy, they were fun. Oh, so much fun. So we were working on Haydn choral music and masses and things, and we've got more of that, along with some instrumental stuff mixed in. We talked about Bruno Weil doing Haydn. I think I've got lots of them here. Yes, 3 more. I mean, in the last video we had this one that had the Theresian Messe and the Nelson Mass, and here are 3 others. Now, this series was a good series, but not, as I said before, all that exciting. Weil was always efficient, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, he was always efficient. I mean, he was musical. He wasn't boring, well, a little boring maybe. His performances were always just a little too contained for my taste. They never erupt and get really exciting. But here we've got the Palken Messe, the Mass in the Time of War, coupled to the Salve Regina and the motet O Celitum Beati. So to get some of these other things are actually interesting, to get some of the shorter sacred works. They're lovely. I mean, beautiful pieces, very heartfelt. Haydn was very devout Catholic, and his music reflects that. He was criticized in his life for writing music that was too cheerful. And he said, what do you want from my life? Thinking of God makes me cheerful. That was his answer. So he said, yes, maybe it's not liturgically appropriate. It makes me happy. I like that answer. You know why I like that answer? I like that answer because it's a romantic answer. Haydn is always considered this, little classical periwigged, old Papa, ancien regime kind of guy. But that's the kind of answer a romantic composer would give. It's not too far away from Beethoven's, what do I give a damn about your stupid violins when the spirit moves me? It was just the way I do things. And that shows a different aesthetic paradigm. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that. Then we've got the Heilig Messe. This is actually a pretty good recording. The Mare Clausum, the motet Insane e Vane Cure, the En Motets du Venerabili Sacramento, and finally that Te Deum for Empress Marie-Thérèse. Oh, what a great piece that is. Te Deum laudamus, Te Dominum confitemur. I sang it. We sang it at the Johns Hopkins Glee Club under Ken Kiesler. Yes, we did. It was oodles of fun. My God, what a great piece. Even the last fugue, In Te Domine Spera. Oh, never mind. It's a double fugue, actually. But a great piece. Of course, this performance is not as glorious as Trevor Pinnock's because Trevor uses the trombone parts. Yeah. Anyway, but still, it's a good record with Bruno Weil and Tafelmusik. It was one of their better discs in their Haydn Mass series. And then we've got this also fun because it's early and unusual pieces. The Missa Sunt Bona Mixta Malis, that's a fragment. That means there are good mixed in with the bad. And that is how Haydn described his works. He said there are good works and there are bad works, and every so often a changeling has gotten stuck somewhere in there. That was his description of his output. Then we've got his offertory, Non Nobis Domine, and his Ave Regina, Hoboken 23B, number 3. There you go, for all you Haydn snobs. Then the Responsoria de Venerabili and Responsorium ad Absolutionem Libera Me. Another Salve Regina, there are a couple of them, I think. And the Missa Brevis Sancti Johannes de Deo. Whoa! Haydn's Missa Brevi are adorable because, like Mozart's actually, they're just so much fun the way they squish the entire text of the Gloria into 10 bars. You just divide the chorus up into 20 parts and everybody sings a different sentence all at the same time, and then you go, Amen, and it's over. I just love the way they dispatch this stuff. So that's Bruno Viol, and that's fun. Let's see, what else have we got here? Oh, the organ, let's see, Orgel solo organ masses. There we go. The Mass in E flat major, the Salve Regina in G minor, and the Missa Brevis in B major. Those are the Kleine and Gross Orgel Messes. And they're beautiful pieces with their big organ solos. The Great Organ Mass in E flat is a big work. It's a big work here. It's what, 20, 35 minutes long or so. It's major. Anyway, we have Dorothea Röschmann and Bernarda Fink, great singers. Helmut Wildhaber and Klaus Mertens with the Hugo Distler Choir in the Wiener Academy under Martin Hasselbach on Novalis. It's a very good record. Very, very enjoyable, for sure. And then we've got these things. Okay, forget masses for a while. We got, this is very interesting, Haydn's Opus 23. Do you know what Opus 23 is? There's 6 sonatas for solo violin with bass accompaniment. In other words, for violin and cello. Did you know Haydn even wrote duos for violin and cello? Well, here they are. There are 6 of them, and they're charming. They're lovely works. They're early, but they're delightful. They last 71 minutes. And here we have the Duo Ungherese on Hungariton. But 6 sonatas for violin and cello, Opus 23. Give that a shot if you're a Haydn connoisseur, and ask your friends what Opus 23 is. See, a lot of things that actually got published are not the things that we care about now, because they were saleable for, domestic music making, domestic consumption. Then we have 2 discs of Haydn trios. These are terrific. Volumes 1 and 2, these originally came out on Decca, and they feature Andras Schiff and Yugo Shiokawa and Boris Pergamenshikov. Fantastic performances, 8 trios in all. Needless to say, they lasted in the Decca catalog for about 35 seconds. They couldn't be deleted fast enough, so Eloquence brought them back. Thank God. Thank you, Cyrus. They are some of the best performances of Haydn trios out there. They really are. And, and you get a bunch of the famous ones. I can take this back for a second. We've got, like, the E minor one, which is a lot of fun. The F sharp minor one, which is like a big deal. The big E flat trios. And, yes, they're just delicious. Absolutely wonderful. You've got the Jacob's Dream Trio. That's in here. Really, really cool. So, get them. Get them immediately. Anyway, let's see what's the last one. Oh, the London Forte Piano Trio and Hyperion. You've got the Gypsy Rondo Trio, the big popular one. That's number 39 in G major, along with the F sharp minor, number 40, which has the same slow movement that, I think it has the same slow movement, right? That wound up in Symphony number 102. I think so. One of those did. And then the trio number 38 in D major, with Monica Huggett, Timothy Masson, and Linda Nicholson. It's the London Period Instrument Mafia. They just rename themselves whenever they make a new record. But this is a good one. It really is. Period instruments. So there you have it, an interesting and eclectic collection of choral works and chamber pieces. Nice little display of Haydn's breadth in areas where he's not as well known, frankly, at least most casual listeners, but who are worth hearing because we, the non-casual listeners, know just how great he was in all of this stuff. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.